Craft Brews and Casual Conversations. Rob, I don't feel well. I have had a lingering headache all day, and as the day turns into night, it gets worse and worse and worse. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. My head hurts, and but I'm still I'm still gonna have something to drink. I'm still gonna have a beverage of sorts, and it's from a local brewery, kind of local to where I am. And, I'm going to keep on doing it because deadlines are serious. And we're a serious show looking for serious money from serious sponsors of Fortune 500 companies looking to lift us up and plummet us into a new tax bracket, a higher tax bracket, if you will, in which we are able to grasp the proverbial MLM phrase, financial freedom. So if you are an entrepreneur of sorts and you have a lot of money to give and a product to plug, God damn it, give it to us so we can buy new equipment, so we can buy medicine to make us feel better, and we don't have to just rummage to the back of the refrigerator for a beverage. This podcast is called Dudes with Brews on a Porch.
Cue it, I guess. Yeah.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with Brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Robert is joining via the phone. He found the source of the problem to his laptop, and hopefully, he realized the problem moments before we started recording. So the problem was occurring, but he understood the source. So that's good.
Essentially, yeah. That's and it's my stupidity for not picking up on this or knowing how to address it. But why do I need a weekly update anyway? And why would they schedule it at 6:54 or 7:54 on a Monday?
I don't know, man.
Don't they know that that's when the prime work hours are? That's when you get the most done.
Yeah. So it is what it is. You're on the phone. But the brews are here. The dudes are here. And we happy today also is Sing on the Porch Day is today.
Well,
so happy porch dwelling is where we thrive, where we unite, and where we do what we do. Gosh darn it. The porch is more of an altar, if you will. An altar of community. An altar where friends become neighbors. I mean, neighbors become friends.
I was going to say that sounded a little backwards to me, but
friends become family. Family becomes one with our Lord and Savior, Hop. Pop Hop.
When do we come up with this? I don't like this.
I'll work on that.
But can we just get away from the Lord and Savior part of it?
Yeah, you're right. My bad. This is not a cult.
We alienate people. There's competition there when you say Lord and Savior.
You're right. There is. I am drinking. So I am drinking a beverage from.
I'm gonna get sponsors here, Drew.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't get sponsors by saying things like that.
You're right. I messed up. I'm drinking from Lion's Tail Brewing Company. I'm not drinking a beer. I'm drinking a hard seltzer. That's right. I'm going into the world of seltzers. Still has to be brewed of sorts. That's what I got in the fridge, man. I don't get paid till Friday. It's finally the first payday in a very, very, very long time. I am reaching for the bottom of the barrel, but thankfully this seltzer
should have called me. I could have helped you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I owe you plenty of beers, and that's what this whole thing is about.
Feel free to.
I got the Cash App. Well, I don't have Cash App. the Venmos. Actually, I can't use Venmo, but I have the Zelle. I can do the Zelle.
I don't have Zell, but I'll get it. I am drinking the Liontail Brewing Company hard seltzer that is called the Bomb Pop. A hard seltzer brewed with gluten-free ingredients, easy drinking, and supremely crisp. Inspired by your favorite icy treat, the Bomb Pop was brewed with real raspberry, sweet cherry, and key lime fruit. It is 5% on the ABV, a light beverage, 0 on the IBUs. And you know what? Summer is just about over, but the heat is still here. The humidity is here. My allergies are here. And what better to wash that down with than your favorite summer treat, the Bomb Pop Popsicle? That's what this drink is inspired by. So here's to the summer. Here's to turning over to fall, where everything slowly decays and falls to the ground. Let's give it a taste. Ah, that is refreshing over my throat, in which it is a bit swollen from the pollen and ragweed, causes a smooth, cold coating that soothes my throat. Yeah, that sounds gross, but that's what happened. I definitely get the lime. I get the tartness of maybe the raspberry and cherry mixed together. It's got a little tartiness to it. It's crisp. It's cold. It's refreshing. And gosh darn it, it tastes like summer. Even though summer is not the greatest season of all time, let's face it. Summer kind of blows. Dude, it was 90 something degrees out today. Miserable. Nobody was outside because nobody should be surviving in that stuff. I know California, you live a little differently. You deal with it. But no one should be living like that. Give me a cool...
Now it's high humidity.
Minimal humidity today, I will say that. So, like, if you had to go outside, it was, it was okay. But no, still very, very hot. But this is good. This is definitely crushable. It's light. It's got some citrus to it. It's got some sweetness to it. It's, it's good. I like it. Tasty. What do you have whipped up for us today?
I have by All Seasons Brewing Company. Speaking of seasonal flavors, this brewing company brews in all seasons in a place where there are none. And it's called Cloud Racer. And after I got it, when I got it back here, I thought about it, and there's a chance I've done this beer before.
You haven't.
I bought it. I did?
Mm-mm.
Oh, nice. We have a list.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us. We are professional. Where are our sponsors?
I know.
Anyway, I bought it for the name, which will become clear later. But it's yeah, I try to do themes here.
Good job.
It's a hazy, going back to my hazy roots. If you see it in the glass here, it looks like a pretty solid hazy. I will tell you what, when I poured this into the glass, you don't have to put your nose to the glass to get the aromas of this bad boy. I mean, it fills the room with this, like, with pineapple and I think there's passion fruit in there, mango. But the smell of this beer is very strong. And now it's been sitting for 20 minutes because I thought I was on track to get to be here early and be ready early, and then I found out this stupid computer glitch, which is not a computer glitch at all, but my own ineptitude. So let's cheers to that.
Woo!
Try this bad boy up.
6.5 in the ABVs, 50 on the IBUs. New England Hazy IPA, All Seasons Brewing from Los Angeles, California. The Cloud Racer, a perfect. How is it? Is it good?
I was going to get to that stuff.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're more professional. You've got a rhythm of how you say things. Me, I jump all over the place. This is a damn smooth beer, let me tell you. For 50 on the bitterness scale, which we normally don't even get anything on that, I taste no bitterness. The fruit, the mango is it's hidden a little bit by the pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
But this is I'm just sitting on a beach. This feels like a Hawaii beer. Like it makes you feel like you're in a place that commercials tell you is fun to be.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But then when you look closer at the beaches of Southern California or Hawaii in and of itself, you find out that's all propaganda to bring people in and tourist dollars. But the people that actually grew up there, they hate you for coming. And the beaches are filled with fecal matter and plastic. But the beer is good.
Excellent. Well, yes, let's transition into the topic of talk today. So
should we move on to some lighter topics?
yeah. So a weird thing happened in the town that I live in, maybe like a mile away from where I live. Happened around 9:30 at night last week, Thursday. Half of the town's houses lost power. Were without power. There was no rain. There was no storm. There wasn't really anything out of the ordinary except reports of a person either on a hand glider or a parachute. The pictures show a parachute that I saw. There's just a guy. There's a person on a parachute, fell on power lines, knocking power out to half of the town, getting up and walking away. Never to be heard of again. Never to be stopped by police. And there were minimal reports. There was pictures provided of people that saw it happen, saw it go down. People heard a big boom, and nothing was reported on this. And then later, the pictures were taken off of the internet to no longer be found. There is no news reports of this, no local coverage. But a man fell from the sky, took out half the town's power, walked away, never to be heard of or seen again. And
we can't say that yet. It was only a week ago.
But you would think there'd be something. You would think in the small town that I live in.
Well, you should. Yeah, I mean, there should have been a plane that went over.
Yeah, but there wasn't. There was no plane. There's no high structures around, high enough to get that high in the sky where you're going to parachute or like deploy a parachute and get down. You know what I mean? It's just not there. There's no.
Maybe the weather balloon.
It wasn't. There was a person.
Maybe it got incinerated upon.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like a weather balloon, but
no, that's just normally their story, isn't it? The story that they come up with is the weather balloon.
Oh yeah, you're right. But a person.
I like to rehash old ideas, Drew.
The person got up, brushed themselves off, and just grabbed the parachute and walked away.
Well, they took the parachute with them. It didn't start a blaze or anything.
No. They walked away with it. That's what.
Do we know what this parachute looks like?
I saw a picture of it, and it was pretty far. It was high up in the sky because someone's like, it's nighttime, and they see this thing moving, and they're like, is that a freaking UFO? So they took a picture of it, and then like, I don't know, 5 minutes later, onto the power line, and then bro walks away. So my thought is, okay, we have a time traveler on our hands. We have a time traveler. Kind of go like, who was the person that said the British are coming? The British are coming. Who was that?
Paul Revere, right?
Paul Revere. Yeah. I think that we have a situation going on like that. Only a time traveler jumps out of the sky, falls onto it, knocks out half the power, and then somebody must have been there. Some sort of establishment. Let's say the Men in Black were there. They knew this was going to happen. They caught wind of it in their crazy technology. They see a rift in the space-time continuum, and they say, okay, we're going to pinpoint it to here. And that's why we haven't heard anything. And the pictures were scrubbed from the internet. I went to the page where I saw these reports. The pictures are gone. And the initial report is still there, but that's it. But there was comments after comments.
There's still a report of a potential parachute person hitting the power lines, or just the report is just that the power went out.
That there was a person on a parachute.
Okay, so the report says parachute person. How long until our podcast gets taken down?
Exactly, I don't know, but it was pretty quickly that the pictures were taken down, and any follow up on that thread was removed.
See, now this is the thing. If you want to talk time traveler, I keep going in my head like time traveler from the past who parachutes in and hits power lines and is like, "Good God, what are these things?" Because they don't know what power lines are because they're from the past.
Could be.
The deep past. They had parachutes before power lines, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's say so. I want to go with that. Or from the future, and it's like, you're from the future. You should have known where these power lines were going to be.
Well, maybe they jumped into the wrong timeline. Maybe instead of.
Oh, wait, are we doing timelines, or are we doing
the possibilities are endless, but I'm saying maybe they meant to jump to 2054 instead of 2024.
They just can't get their 2s and 5s right, figured out.
Could be.
Still.
Could be. Or maybe it's supposed to be, yeah, I don't know.
What comes to mind for me is Netflix. Netflix is they're the masterminds of this whole thing. Now just hear me out here, all right? Mm-hmm. Netflix loves to make documentaries, and they love to make documentaries about mundane things like I just watched, or maybe it's Prime Video, one of these two companies. But I just watched that one about the Six Flags that got caught up in a hurricane and they never went back. Let's do an hour on that.
I saw that documentary on. I didn't watch it, but I saw it. It was recommended that I watch it.
Yeah, that's because me and you are weird, and that's just what happens. I take pride in it. I wear it as a badge. But Netflix, I think this is a perfect they're manufacturing their own documentaries for 10 years from now. Like 10 years from now, they're going to come out with a documentary where it's like overhead sweeping shots of this small town that you're from. And it's going to go, the day the power went out. And it's going to get a bunch of firsthand accounts of people going like, I don't know what was up in the sky, but oh yeah, I saw it. It came down and hit right about here.
Oh, that man, he fell from the sky.
I was having I can't even do the accent anymore, but basically...
he fell from the sky right around there, fell, and then the guy just got up and brushed himself off, walked away. You never heard from him again. I heard my neighbor told me his name was Tim, but I don't know how he's so sure.
Yeah, that would definitely be, there'd be one guy that would be like, oh, I know who that guy is. He works down at the plant there, don't you know?
It's just mind-blowing that, like, how do you not get like some sort of like follow-up of, rogue parachuter takes a wrong turn, or maybe this was for something, but how do you follow the sky, knock out half the power, live the electrical boom? He must have hit like the transformers.
Well, these are my questions, yeah, because here are the questions. First off, was it a parachuter? Second off, if it was a parachuter, where did he jump from? Where did he come from?
Right.
Third off, if he hit the power lines, did he hit the transformer and cause or did he knock one of the power lines out, like where he actually just kicked a power line and pulled it out of whatever thing that it should probably be better fastened to tell you the truth, if just some guy kicking it on the way down can take it out. But my assumption is that he did not grab two power lines and create a current that went through him. Like right. He must have just knocked something loose. What were the damages there? Do we have any talk of fixing the problem? What did they have to do?
So I drove by.
Did his parachute stop working when he hit these power lines? Did he fall the 30 feet from the power line to the ground, or did he still just come down gracefully like a parachuter, wrap his stuff up, put it in his bag, and go, well, that was fortunate, and walk on down to Geezy's,
Well, it's like he lands.
That's where he's at still. He's probably sitting at Geezy's. Nobody thought to look there.
He has no idea where he is. Like, and that's the thing too. Is like if you just land, like, how did he know what way to walk? He's like, oh, this way. This is where I need to go. North to Geezy's.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Follow these here train tracks.
But it's just unusual. I did drive by the next day, and there's a power pole, right? There's no line connected to it anymore. It's gone.
Okay, so he actually probably kicked the line off of it.
Yeah, but the power was restored. So I don't know, man. It was interesting to say the least. And somebody had texted us because we didn't lose power. And somebody texts us and is like, "Hey, do you have power?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then yeah, it's gone. And then we saw those little posts. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, what was that noise? Is that a dog?
Oh, that would be a dog in the courtyard. Let me close the window.
In the courtyard? Is that loud? Vicious dog? Is it barking at a parachuter falling from the sky?
Sorry, the window, yeah, the window is closed. That dog is just that loud.
That's impressive. Maybe,
Yeah.
but so I'm just like, why is this getting covered up? Why are the pictures taken away? Obviously, like, how did this even happen? But you.
Oh yeah, so I mean, we're only talking about the questions on the front end. The questions on the back end are, where do the pictures go?
Yeah, they're gone.
Why are they disappearing?
Right.
And once again, I think Netflix takes them for themselves so that they can unveil something in 10 years from now. I'm telling you, it's gonna be on Netflix Small Town Mystery documentary show, because that's their bread and butter. I mean, we've all seen this. Can we address this situation where they're making documentaries out of things that no one cares about?
That's actually a good title. Small Town Mysteries. Is that a real thing?
I know there's Small Town Monsters, I think, but I don't know about Small Town Mysteries.
You could talk about so many like urban legends in small towns and so many things that happen, like the man that fell from the sky. What if he would have just risen with like 2 tablets and had 10 new rules? You know?
Oh, well, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, what?
And when I say tablets, I mean like iPads.
Yeah. They're editable. You can edit these. They're editable.
They're modern day.
Yeah, if people start to revolt, you can go, you know what? Let me just take thou out of this one.
Right. Well, we'll remove this rule out of here. A lot easier to do where before you needed a chisel.
It's less work to put in, less work to take out. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that was the highlight of last week. And it was just.
We need updates on this one. This one, we've done a lot of strange brews where we say we're going to update the public, and we don't, because we just don't. And this one, we've got eyes on the ground. We've got.
Or do we?
What I'm going to need from you is I'm going to need a filmed interview with the guy that puts the power line back up there, and all he's going to say is, "Look, I just got the work request this morning to put up some lines," and then you can go like, "Yeah, but what do you think happened to the old line?"
Yeah.
And he won't have an answer, but it'll make for good, just to some time,
Maybe I'll go to the airport and be like, "What's happening here? What's happening?"
Like, they won't tell you. They'll kick you out. They're very strict over there. They don't like it when you ask questions.
Yeah, it was a rogue parachuter. I will do my best to follow
Cooper.
up.
Did they ever find that guy?
Who?
TB Cooper?
No, I don't think they did.
Maybe he fell into a time rift and he ended up in, like, seriously,
I should look for wads of cash on the ground. Well, it's probably too late. But
if somebody's walking around spending cash money like it's going out of style, nobody has cash money anymore anyway.
Right. The other conundrum. So I'll do my best to follow up on that if I can find any information. But the other conundrum that I was faced with, and we need to establish a new rule, I think, in the world. So we've established the appropriate length of holding the door open, right, for somebody else. How long do you wait? How far do they have to be away to hold it open? I think we said like 6 feet? 7, 8 feet.
Yeah.
So we need to establish another rule. When it's appropriate to wave at somebody who's letting you cross the street. Okay? So I went on a run the other day, as I do. I finished the run. I'm going to my car. I'm in my car. It was hot out. I turned it on. I'm turning the AC on. I put my foot on the brake. I put my car into drive. And then I move like 2 feet. And then I see, coming from the trail that I was just on, 2 people on bicycles. So I stopped. I had not like pulled fully into the street yet, but I was moving up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then coming into my direction, another car. And they kind of like abruptly stopped. They just turned the corner, and then like they didn't see him at first, but then they saw him and they hit the brakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people on the bikes look at me and give me like the world's dirtiest look. And then they wave at the other guy like, "Oh, thanks for stopping." And I was just like, what the fuck did I do? And it really bothered me. And I just want
I
to
will.
establish
I
like
will say, as somebody who bikes, I assume I feel like every biker should do this. You should assume every car wants to murder you. That's just the way you bike.
yeah,
Because you're the one that's you. I mean, to be honest, a bike is invasive. It's an invasive
yeah.
creature on the streets.
Hmm.
It moves too fast for cars to actually be able to maneuver around. Like a walker, you have time to see, you see a walker, you have time to go like, all right, this walker's not gonna, they're not gonna be in front of me in 3 seconds or in a second. But a biker absolutely can be, it can be 1 second and then you're hitting them or whatever.
Right.
So like the thing that needs to be, in my opinion, that needs to be established is who has the ability to stop and who has the ability to wave. Where do those two things overlap? Because there are times where I feel like yes, the car should be the one that stops, if depending upon how close the biker is to the street, what the signage is for the car itself.
No stop
Obviously,
signs.
it's a car.
No
No
stop
stop
signs.
sign.
No. There's cross rocks. There's the trails that you go on. The trail has a stop sign at the end of it.
So it's a trail that goes across a road, not an intersection. Then it's absolutely not on you to stop. In my opinion, that's on the bikers. It is their job to watch out for traffic in that scenario.
Yeah, but I did
They're
stop.
they're coming out of the woods.
Right, they are. But I did stop. And they
I know
like
you did.
they mean mug me, but they waved to the other person, and I was just like, hold on a minute. If anything, you should have been poo-pooing.
Now you're getting into semantics of assholes.
No, just
And there's no way to make rules for them because they don't give a shit. You didn't stop fast enough. You didn't stop hard enough. Who knows?
I moved 2 feet and then stopped, and then the other person, if anything, they slammed on the brake, and they I was just like, what are you doing here?
I mean, it's all perspective. You don't know. Maybe they were afraid for their lives for a millisecond while they looked at you, and then they lightened up by the time they looked at the other guy. I will say, I was walking back from getting the beer that I'm drinking right now, and I was in a situation where it's a 2-lane road that I got to cross, or 4-lane road. There's somebody that's trying to take a right-hand turn. The light is green for me. I have the walking sign, but there's a full road there. There's a full road that I still have to walk across. Now, I'm just like, I start waving before I even step off the curb. Like, dude, take your right hand turn, take the turn, go in front. And he's like looking at me, and he's not. And then I'm like, I didn't break gate.
Yeah.
So I'm now like 1 lane into the road, and he's not going, and I'm just going like, I'm not hurrying up for you. So I stopped and I said, go. Like, to me, I go, if a walker waves you, freaking go, man.
yeah.
Just and appreciate the fact that I understand that you have a place to be. You're in a car. I'm walking. I'm not going to get there fast anyway. But that's the rule I think we need to establish is when, like, because I live in a place where it's like people either drive way too fast and don't stop at stop signs, or they drive way too fucking slow. And to tell you the honest truth, people who are riding around just no brake, no gas through these neighborhoods, like where they're going like idle speed, they fucking piss me off so much more than somebody who's like, I expect somebody to be speeding and running stop signs. I do not expect them to go 3 miles an hour and look like they're lost and confused and I have no idea where they're going. Are you pulling over? Are you turning? Are you stopping? Are you going to start moving? No, you're just going to fucking coast like an asshole. Fuck you, people. Use the gas or use the brake. Or don't drive.
Yeah.
There's my rant. I'm
So-
sorry.
so-
I cannot handle people that go super slow and look confused.
So the man that falls on the parachute steps up. He's got his 2 tablets, his 2 iPads. New rule number 1: thou shalt only open the door for someone else when they are within 6 to 8 feet.
Let's say 8 feet.
8 feet. All right.
Let's say 8 feet.
New rule number 2: if a walker waves the driver, thou shalt drive.
Yes.
And then
Now we're getting to these are the things that are going to make society happier and a more like light place where people can be good to one another.
these are going to be the rules of the porch. The porch.
Rule number 3: thou shalt not wave at one driver whilst mean mugging another.
Correct. If stopped. If stopped. Gonna be a lot of driving rules, I feel like, but driving is a a good amount of time.
It's a good thing we're putting the driving rules on a tablet because you're definitely supposed to be using those while you drive.
Right. And then I mean the biggest rule is thou shalt honor the porch. I mean that's like the ultimate kind of mission statement, and then underneath it is how you do it. Those new rules.
Yeah. Yes.
You know. So I think we're on to something, and I think we're going to change society. We're going to change humanity. We're going to get to an understanding that everybody can agree to, because cars are pretty much everywhere. Not in like, not every square inch of the world, but most places there's a lot. There's some cars going on, and there's conflicts, and there's people stopping, people waving. Four-way intersections too. We need to dissect that because I hate it. I know the rules. I feel like I know the rules. And I hate it when I stop after somebody, you know, they wave me to go. It's really annoying because it's like, don't patronize me. Like, I know the rules. You're not being friendly. You're saying like, oh, I am a superior driver, so you go first because I'm the best. I hate that shit.
Oh, yeah, I would say it's a trust issue. I think four-way stop signs, four-way intersections, they prove the breakdown in our society. They prove that we're a selfish nation, at least. Because if we weren't a selfish nation, if we were a people that thought about others over ourselves, we could have a four-way yield intersection and things would run smoothly. Because we would be worried about others. We would be worried about the other three roads. But no, well, they probably tried that, and like everybody's like, hey, no stop sign, so I'm just rolling through this. Bam, because two people did it at the same time. Collision. Now what do we got to do? We got to stop. We can't trust you people with even the simplest thing like, hey, let's not run 2 tons of steel into 2 tons of steel at high speeds because there's no sign. Maybe just look and think a little bit.
Well,
you know,
roundabouts have definitely taken off as well, and I think those help. But
they do help. I think they do help, but it's just, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, maybe we're growing as a society a little bit where we realize let's not all go in different directions. Let's try and get going the same direction. You know, these things mean something.
Absolutely. You were talking about signs before. I legitimately had this thought this morning where I'm walking out of a quick trip, you know, and you're in the little like vestibule, kind of like the entrance before the entrance. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's post-it signs all over that say like, this is not a hangout. No loitering. This is not a hangout. And I just thought to myself, and I don't know why I had this thought. I was just like, signs exist because something happened.
Absolutely.
Like anytime you see a sign, no matter how weird, there's a reason behind that sign. Like when it has like, you know, like no
do not eat batteries. It's because somebody ate a battery and sued the battery company for not having the sign on there.
Right. Caution. Coffee is hot. I mean,
we know where that came from, but in reality, that was a proven case that like, I mean, I'm on the side of the person who sued McDonald's there, but
well, that's another new rule.
There's only 2 reasons, in my opinion, that they put signs on things. One is to avoid liability that they already have paid out on, meaning somebody did something with their product, sued them for it, they lost. Now I have to make a dumbass sign that says, battery acid is poison, or whatever. I don't know why I keep going to batteries, Drew. It's just where my brain's at. But the other type of sign is like when somebody puts up like water is safe, or you know, or whatever. I instantly go like, this water is not safe. Like it's either to stop somebody from doing something that they've already done, or to stop people from inquiring about something that the company is doing. And so the only 2 reasons for signs like that we're talking about.
Or to deceive, perhaps.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like to ask no further. Don't worry. This has fruit in it.
Well, so the new rule then for the Porch Pint Society, all signs must be true. Like you always post trustworthy signs. If there's a sign, there's a reason behind the sign. It is not to deceive.
But can we also go like, this is where, you know, it's like I find myself in weird categories because I don't trust companies and corporations, and I don't trust conglomerates. Mm-hmm. But B, I know that humans are fucking stupid. And we're greedy. All of us are, including the conglomerates. So when you get into these like places of people who do stupid things so that they can get a payout, they're already looking for a concession. They're already looking for like, let's just stick with this battery thing. Like, I didn't know I couldn't hook the terminals up to my nipples. Like, like now I need surgery or my nipples are gonna look weird when I'm at the beach. I need $100,000. It's low enough where the battery company's like, pay it out. Like it's more on legal fees to frickin' bury this guy for being an idiot. I think society needs to be held accountable for doing stupid ass shit sometimes and not having common sense and critical thinking abilities.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes me a bad person. I don't know. I want to believe we're all smart in our own ways, but we should be. I blame the education system, Drew. Who can I talk to about that?
Um,
Principals? Do you know any principals?
no, I don't. Don't know any principals.
AL or LE?
Huh?
You have neither? Dumb. It was a dumb spelling joke because principal can mean,
Oh, I got you.
a person. Yeah, you see, or it can also mean an ethical belief that you stand up for. Anyway,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
You're right. You're right.
Rule number 5: Thou shalt not make stupid English jokes.
Yeah, you just mansplained something to me too that I would have gotten eventually.
Well, here I am talking about how stupid I think people are. So I apologize, but you fit under the umbrella of the category of people, and sometimes you're going to be caught up in it.
Right. And I think
As am I. I've said some of the stupidest things you can imagine on this show, and I take credit for all of them.
yeah. Another new rule is make coffee drinkable from the get-go. I don't want to wait 15 minutes, and I'm sick of it. I had this problem the other day when I'm just like, I looked at what is it? I looked at like the machine of something, and it said like 300 some degrees. I was like, nobody can drink this. Like, this is
What about this?
madness.
What about this? So speaking of stupid, how about this for an idea? Listen to this.
Yeah.
All right. Coffee shop. It's called 15-minute old coffee.
It's called what?
15-minute old coffee.
Yeah.
So you go there, cups have already been set out. They get in 15 minutes early, make the coffee, pour it in the cups. It sits for 15 minutes. Then you come through, you get it instantly because it's been sitting there for 15 minutes already, just waiting for you at the perfect temperature now when it gets put in your hand.
I can support that.
So there's no waiting. It's the great temperature that you need it to be.
We're creating jobs.
You're creating jobs. I mean, you're moving product fast. It's all about volume these days. That's a
Right.
great idea. 15-minute old coffee.
Yeah. 15-minute new coffee.
There you go. No cream or sugar.
Semantics are important.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people like the word new. Like, if it's old, they're like, I don't know. This is
You're right. It tastes stale. It's like that's what you wanted. It gave you what you wanted.
Mhm.
But people don't want that. They want to complain.
That is true. That is true. So, I think we're really covering ground here, and we're really doing a good job building the new order. I mean, the new world, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So that's.
Did we share the? Did you share the Dudes with Brews AI generated?
No, I didn't. I can.
Oh, okay, that's just for us.
I can share it. I finished watching Fallout. I had tried to watch Fallout a million times. I got to like episode 6 when it first came out, but like I never I didn't really like watch it. And then I kept falling asleep. Got to episode 6, and eventually I just kind of like moved on. And then finally, like the other day, I was like, I'm gonna watch this fucking show. I'm gonna watch it, and I binged it, and that's what inspired me to just like, I wonder what we would look like, Dudes with Brews, if we were Fallout. You know, if we were in a vault, what would our vault number be? I think that's important.
Well, see, I did the same thing. I watched that show and fell asleep multiple times throughout the show.
It's a good show.
Not because it was bad, just because I was watching it in a state of relaxation and after work and whatever. But I do want to go back and watch it. I want to say, we'd probably be. I don't know because I just got to the point. I do remember they got to the new vault.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
That was where, yeah, where it's like it seems utopian until you start looking around.
So you didn't see what happens at the the one
I
floor.
assume that they're trapped in there, and that's like a guinea pig spot, but I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see it.
No, the ending to that situation is actually pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I just know that one of the most terrifying things I've seen in recent days, for what like viscerally that got me, was when he gets stuck in the suit and the roach things are coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That like really hit me hard. I was like, this is they really made me panic in watching this scene.
I thought they did a really good job with the show. I thought it did the game a lot of justice, and then there's moments where I was thinking like, how would I respond to this situation in the game? Because you'd be given options of dialogue, and I'd be like, oh, I would have chose something different than what they did in the show. But
I didn't. I never played the Fallout games. I played Outer Worlds, which I believe was by the same people that did Fallout.
Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda.
Yeah. Did you play there's a new Xbox. They released an Xbox game earlier this year. What the hell is it called? Stargate? Star something? Not Stargate.
Oh yeah, I know somebody that did some heavy voice work on that, but I didn't play.
Really?
But it got a lot of good reviews.
You know someone that did voice work on it?
Yeah, she was one of the main characters. I haven't seen her for a while, actually.
Well, maybe you should get her on the show and we can talk about it.
I'll message.
All right, but
I got a message. I think I don't have her information, but I have either her long-term boyfriend or her new fiance. I think that he proposed, if I remember correctly. So
all right, cool.
reach out. He's also a voice actor that does stuff. So
well, see, there you go. You meet all these people, and then you seem to forget to plug the show. What's going on here? Are you trying to just make?
I'm ashamed of my equipment.
Well, they can use
but
their
it worked
equipment.
out well with Carl. So
well, they can use their equipment. We can
that's true.
send
They're
a link.
voice actors. They got money.
They got money, yeah. They got money, and they got well, they probably have a computer. So
They've got microphones. I'm sure of it.
yeah. But anyways, Fallout games are awesome. I want to play New Vegas. I never played New Vegas or beat New Vegas. I played 3 and I played 4. I played 4 a lot, and I feel like I want to start over on Fallout 4 and just do it a little bit differently, but I don't have the time commitment to do that right now, and I also have other games that I want to play. But I hope one day that they release a Fallout 5 because it's a lot of fun. And the game or the show really, I think, did a lot of justice to the game. It was awesome.
What did you? So now they've got. So I just watched I'm halfway through the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that? It seems like something that you would have watched.
I fell asleep, but yes.
Yeah, I'm halfway through this thing, and these freaking teddy bears are just hugging people. I don't understand why it's supposed to be a scary movie, but
yeah, I'd have to go back and watch it.
When the people went in there to trash the place, they got their due justice. But
you should put the work in to get Matthew Lillard on the show. You can figure out where he hangs out, right? He lives in California, I would imagine.
Who's Matthew Lillard?
Are you kidding me? Matthew Lillard? First of all, he played.
Is that Damien's brother?
Damien?
From the Bucks?
No,
that's not his.
No, oh no. Matthew Lillard's an actor. He played Stu in Scream. He was one of the he was.
Oh, is this the guy from Something About Mary?
Ben Stiller? No.
No, the other guy, dude. The other guy.
Ethan Hawke?
No, the other guy.
Dylan something. What's his name?
Yeah, Dylan. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking Lillard and Dylan. I'm putting them in the same category for some reason.
Lillard. He played Shaggy in the live action Scooby Doo.
Oh,
and then
okay. He was in 13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts. Yeah, he's kind of a horror movie icon. He's in that. He's in fucking Five Nights at Freddy, dude.
That guy's in Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes. He's like the boss that hires the guy.
Okay, I gotta check this out more. He's either aged terribly or I am very non-observant.
SLC Punk. He's like a horror movie
I
icon.
mean, I know who you're talking about now. 13 Ghosts. That's all you need to tell me.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they're making another.
Monk meets Shaggy is how. That's what I call that movie.
You call it what?
Monk meets Shaggy.
Monk meets Shaggy.
Yeah, it's 13 Ghosts.
I guess it's a little more intense version of Scooby Doo, you could say.
Well, yeah. Then they bring in the chick from American Pie just to make it interesting.
Oh, Shannon Elizabeth, is she in it?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched that movie. I think I saw it one time when I was a little kid.
I'm sad to say I bought that movie and used to watch it all the time.
Not
all the time, but once every couple of years I'd pop it in. It was always an interesting movie to me. It's
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, no, probably not. But I mean, it was good enough for me to like the idea behind it. And that's the thing. Like even with Five Nights at Freddy's, I can see that they're building to some weird thing, like with the book, the Dream Theory book that they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small thing where he's like talking about this Dream Theory book, and then they're already setting up whether or not he even has this job, or if it's just insomnia, or his he's manifesting something in his dreams to figure out where his brother went or some stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a story behind something that's probably a real theory.
Maybe.
I can see what they're trying to do, but I just didn't have it in me to continue watching it when I was watching it. But they're doing another video game into a TV show. Fallout did it, and now there's like another game that's doing, and I was like, how do you even make this into a TV show? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, this doesn't make for good podcast stuff then, because I don't have the name.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be this new. They did it with The Last of Us. Now that's a story-based game.
I just beat that game. I just beat the first part.
Yeah, you can make it. You can make that into a TV show. But I see a lot of say The Mandalorian. When I watched The Mandalorian, I was like instantly like, this TV show is built to be turned into a video game. Right down to, I can see the little shop that you go into where you take in your little armor. What's it called? The metal.
I never watched The Mandalorian.
There's a specific metal that Mandalorians use for their armor, and somebody's yelling at us right now, but they have to be listening to yell, so probably not. Anyway, it's like that show is looks like you're playing a video game as you go through it. So I wouldn't doubt that eventually there's going to be a Mandalorian video game that basically follows that exact same. There'll be some open world, small side quests and things, but
I think the only Star Wars video game I'll play is the Lego Star Wars. Those are fun.
That's deeply troubling to me, but okay.
Why is that troubling? It's fun. It's entertaining.
There's so many great video, Star Wars video games, which I think they should do a reboot of Shadows of the Empire. Would be great.
Yeah.
I would love to do a double joystick Shadows of the Empire run.
A double what?
I tried to go back and play it on N64, and the single joystick, I don't know how we were doing that. That shit is bananas.
Crazy world. Crazy world. When you go back and play video games, like when I play on the Super Nintendo Classic that I have, it's hard. There's 4 buttons.
Dude, those games are legitimately difficult to play. I mean, regular Nintendo, we were playing a lot of regular Nintendo for a while, me and my older brother, because he's got the one that we had when we were kids. And it's I can't get through Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah.
It's Contra's even difficult for me. It's these there's go back and play an Atari and tell me that it's it's way harder now, because now the sensitivities are all different, and it's you have multiple angles of attack because you have the double joystick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we give it up to PlayStation? I mean, they really revolutionized.
They did.
Video gaming systems, and the Dreamcast probably doesn't get enough credit, but
yeah, the Dreamcast is almost nobody talks about it, as if it just never existed.
The GameCube, man, but the GameCube was a fucking amazing. It had the best controller still to date, in my opinion.
Yeah,
best controller setup.
I remember the GameCube that they brought back an updated version, if you will, of Metal Gear Solid. What a fucking awesome game! I love that game so much. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's good times. Last of Us was good. That was the one game I beat this summer. And forgive me, I had to lower the difficult setting because it was too hard.
Can I just say thank you for your bravery?
Yeah.
Because somebody has to come out. Not everybody's out there playing on expert. If they all
Right.
want to say it, but we all know that's not happening. I lower the difficulty levels too when I need to. I'll tell you what, I played Metro. I couldn't find any ammo.
Right.
I had to lower it. I had to lower the difficulty because my dumbass can't aim, and I needed to I couldn't conserve my ammo the way that I needed to get through on hard.
Well, yeah, I'm just like, I was like,
It feels so good to get that off my chest.
I'm already gonna sink like 20 hours in this game. I don't want to keep repeating the same shit over and over. You're like, no, I'm gonna lower it. Like I'm just gonna lower it, and that's
Hey, $60 for this game. I don't need a heart attack too. All right,
Yeah.
I just want to have some fun.
And you know what? I still died on the lower setting, so it's not like I just like breezed through the whole thing. I still had difficulties, so it was difficult for me. Damn it! But I got through it. It was fun, and like I think because I was like, after it was done, I was just like, yeah, this was fine. This was good. But I also watched the show before I watched or played the game. And I got to say, like, a lot of the scenes are pretty much like verbatim and like just shot. Yes. Shot for shot, pretty much the same. There are some different things that happened. But it's, if good, probably like 80% of it is pretty much what you saw on the show, which is nice because then I could kind of gauge like, all right, where am I? Like, okay, this just happened, so I know I got like a quarter of the game left, so I can power through it. Because I wanted to beat a game before I start working again, to max capacity. Because let's face it, that's not going to happen during the regular job responsibility. So I gotta take the time when I can and get through it. And if I have to lower a difficulty, damn it, I'm going to lower the difficulty. And that's another new rule.
I don't know how those games are, but like I know like I was playing Dying Light 2 or whatever.
Is that fun?
I don't like those games, Drew.
No? It looks awesome.
They scare the shit out of me. They just do.
That's fine.
I don't like to pry the boards off of a window and jump into a dark house where there's definitely a zombie den.
Yep.
When I only have a freaking nail pushed through a board as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. It's a fun game when I'm just cruising through doing some some hardcore parkour. But like when you get stuck out at night, it's like I feel it in my chest. And I know you're supposed to, but that's not what I want out of a game. I play video games to kind of calm myself or to learn cool things, and that's why I play like side-scroller puzzle games or Observation was a good game where it's very slow paced and you're just like controlling robots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like those things.
And I think that's a new rule that you can apply to video games, that you can apply to life. Thou shalt lower the difficulty when needed. When needed.
When necessary.
Yes.
When necessary.
Correct. So, I mean, we're not saying like take easy street all the time, but when you're in a pinch and you need to lower the difficulty, take a second to pause and adjust the settings. And I think that's a good metaphor for life. Every once in a while, you got to do that. I drank Lion's Tales Bomb Pop Hard Seltzer. I put it down. It was good. It was refreshing. There's one more in my fridge, and it belongs to my wife. So I will not drink it. But if somebody were to hand me this on on a hot summer day like today was, gosh darn it, I'd crack it open, and I would drink it. It was good.
Let's say they don't hand you that. They hand you 3 seltzers.
Mm-hmm.
One is a pineapple avocado cucumber mix.
Yuck.
One is a pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
And one is that one.
I'd probably go with this one.
Yeah. Is that because I picked weird flavors for seltzers?
Yes. But I think you picked realistic flavors for seltzers, honestly.
Oh, really?
People
yeah, they do. They make weird stuff, don't they?
They get a bit unusual. How was your beer?
My beer was delicious. It's once again, it's a chilling outside by the pool or by the beach kind of beer. Just because for me it's so fruity. I mean, this is like a fruit juice. It feels like
nice.
You know, you could throw a couple shots of vodka in here and probably have a real weird weekend, you know,
There you go. It's
and
good.
you wouldn't even notice the beer.
Awesome. It's a good way to live in.
Yeah, if you're into just a good fruity drink that also gives you a buzz, and you're doing that wherever, this is a beer for you. Very good. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And if you are so obliged to go to our Instagram at Dudes with Brews Pod on Instagram, click on the link tree, check out our merch. Porch Pint Society attire is available. Classic logo tees are available. Unique tees are available. Strange Brew or things are available. Lots of good stuff is on there. We don't get 100% of the profits. If anything, we get like 1 or 2%. Very low. But I'm not gonna pay an astronomical.
Honestly, like it's the designs are cool and the fabric is great.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna upfront the money to buy it all.
I'm not advocating for T Public necessarily, like where they're not our sponsors. They just do our merch for us. But god damn it, they make some good stuff. I like the everything I've gotten. I like the material. I like how long it lasts. It's good merch, and I love the designs. Which kudos to you for making them. I get a lot of compliments on the shirts that I wear.
Get the Burbank Bob shirt. It's beautiful.
You don't need to get that one.
You should get that one. So till next time, make sure you keep watching the skies. You never know what could fall out.